What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. Hi, Raven. Hey, Gigi. Hope y'all are having a good weekend so far. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I gotta open something up really quick. Why did that not open? Okay, there we go. All right, so let's look back. This was a swing trade. Wait, sorry. Wait, was this? I'm so confused right now. Okay, this was for the 6th. That's what I thought. We didn't quite make it to the price target. This was also a swing trade if you were targeting $60. So I haven't marked this as a win or a loss yet. We're still waiting to see if this plays out. Kind of a bummer, though, that we got so close. Oh, well, life goes on. Let's start out by looking at I've found a couple of option setups that I like for Monday. So we'll look at those first, and then we'll go over SPY really quick. And also, I hope everybody that's working on futures, I hope our last charting session helped you guys out. I hope it's working out better for you guys now. So the first trade I'm looking at is going to be McDonald's. Why does this look crazy? Price has to have been closer to this. Why would I draw it so high? Okay, I need to re-evaluate these levels. Apparently I was drunk when I was looking at this. This is not right. But like in a good way, it's not right. We need to get in lower. So calls here. Sorry. I don't love this. Sorry, 1 second. I apologize, everybody. Oh boy. I don't know how I messed this up. But okay. Alrighty. That's better. Let me update my little log here. So over $2.99.51. We'll be looking for calls on McDonald's. First trim will be at 332 cents. I have it marked as a day trade, but let me just make sure here now that I've had to adjust. Yeah, I'm going to still leave it as a day trade. It can do it in one day, but if you're really targeting 303.70, you'll probably want to swing trade it. If you're targeting like 301.60, you could day trade it. I think it was drunk charting, Rudy. I'm really confused. Like really, really confused. Oh well, life goes on. We adjust on the fly. Next trade that I'm looking at, this chart's going to be a little bit messy. I apologize. I'm just not willing to erase some of these levels. I don't know why. These are actually not important. This is the only thing I really love is this right here. That was massive. But so we charted this, I think on Thursday. Actually, yeah, I think it was Thursday. And I was saying if we break the top, we're going, higher all-time, or making new higher highs. Break the bottom, we're going to make new lower lows. If you caught this, congratulations. It was a nice trade. Now, we're kind of actually bear flagging here. But I'd like to get in calls at 142.73. And then basically the levels I already have marked, I'm not going to adjust them. First trim, 143.61. Second trim, 144.58. And then close at 145.95. And this will be a day trade as well. There is a chance, if you want to do play the opposite. If we lose this, maybe I should just draw it up for you guys. Just use this as like a teaching moment. But right now, this is a bear pennant, which is just a form of a bear flag. And right now, if we lose the bottom of this, then I can give you the level we're going to. And what you do is you draw your fibs from the flagpole to the top of the flagpole, or whatever, top to bottom, depending on what you're calling the top and the bottom. And the first target lines up pretty well with a level that we already have marked. And your first target, if this bear flag gets broken to the downside, is going to be 140.11. And then after that, your next target becomes 138.59. But these get respected pretty well, so there's a good chance we bounce from here. All right. So those were the two option trades that I was watching for Monday. But yeah, if you caught this, it was nice. And then what was the other thing? I don't know. We talked about a few things. Well, this was my target. This is craziness. I feel like there was something else. Oh, we're watching snow. We're looking for a pullback to 158 to get in calls. And once they do this, we're anticipating 192. Maybe they faded us. Maybe they don't give us 158. They came 161. Kind of a bummer. Leo, that's a very loaded question without enough information. It depends what you're trading on, what device you use, and also depends if you want to use a prop firm or use your own money. So if you give me all of those answers, then I'll answer your question. What's up, Slickamus? What's up, Emmanuel? What's up, Tavo? What's up, IB Winnin? What's up, Leo? What's up, Rudy? What's up, Alex? What's up, Bakali Rot? Hopefully I said your name right. Hey, what's up, Corey? All right, so let's chart up SPY really quick. And then, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I worked last night. So after I chart this, I'm going to go to bed. Oh, and then also, this we didn't really talk about, but I was telling you guys with your spike base and your spike, if you open above the spike base, If the spike base is at the bottom, then that's bullish, and you literally could have just slapped calls at the open, and you would have been great. If we open between the base and the spike, then it's slightly bearish, and if we open below the spike, then that would be bearish. And then the inverse, if the spike is at the top, if you open above the spike, that would be very bullish. If you open between the spike and the spike base, that would be slightly bullish. And if you open below the spike base, that would be bearish. Okay. What's a fair value gap tighten? You mean an imbalance? We don't do ICT bullshit here. Fair value gap is just another word for an imbalance, and ICT is a scammer, and he can't even trade for shit. So we don't talk about him on our channel other than to put him down and point out what a loser he is. I don't like scammers. I think I'm pretty vocal about that. I don't like people that try to take advantage of people and make money off of them through whatever, selling courses or doing whatever else. Like we try to keep it honorable and straight here, and we're trying to help people get better and be better traders, and we're not trying to scam people. And so if we want to talk about scammers, we will call them out for the pieces of shit that they are. All right, so let's just start erasing stuff after my little rant about ICT. I'm sorry, I really don't like him. And actually, I don't like to just like talk a bunch of crap, so I'll post a video for you guys if you want to look at it. That just proves that he's trash. So this is the video by iMan Trading. He's really good at exposing frauds, and this video is absolutely hilarious. So if you're interested, there's a link to iMan Trading's video. Zach, I do not have a Discord. My mentor has a Discord, and I trade there generally like 5 days a week live. And my mentor trades a few days a week live. I can give you guys a link to that as well. It is not a cheap Discord though. It's not cheap to get taught by a market maker how to be a trader, basically. Yeah, we ain't got time for scammers here. So that's the link to my mentor's Discord if you're interested. But I feel like somebody else asked a question. Yeah, Leo, let me know what kind of device you trade on, and then I can answer your question. Not was. My mentor, Shorty, he is a market maker. Yeah. There's actually, in Shorty's Discord, there's 2 market makers that trade in that Discord. One, like he might out himself, like every once in a while he'll kind of make a comment that you're like, what? Who are you? So it's kind of obvious who it is, but like it's not my place to out him per se. So I'm not going to out him, but yeah, there's 2 market makers that trade in Shorty's Discord. Okay, so, well, based on what you're saying, Leo, you're you're not really giving me a direct answer. So if you're wanting to trade, which you should, on a computer, on a Windows-based computer, that's the way to trade. So if that's available to you, that should be where you want to trade. And if that's what you're wanting to do, and you want to do, you want to do, what's it called? A prop firm, then I would recommend going to TopStep and signing up for a Quantower account through TopStep. If you're wanting to use your own cash on a phone, then I would recommend going through Trade-Of-8. So those are my recommendations. But really, if you have access to a computer that's Windows, not Macintosh, you want to be using Quantower as your trading. They're not a brokerage, it's a trading platform. So you want to use them as your trading platform. And then there's different brokers you can use. So like for your own cash, if you go to to Google and just type in Quantower, AMP futures, free, if I could spell, AMP futures with free Quantower. It'll give you this link right here, and it'll show you here free Quantower full version, blah blah blah. So this is what you would want to use if you're using your own money. And if you're using a prop firm, you want to use TopStep and linked with Quantower, because they get sorry, I just got very distracted. TopStep will give you free access to Quantower, and AMP Futures will give you free access to Quantower's features. So Quantower is free unless you want what's it called? Like access to footprint charts or whatever else. But it's free for just like the basic version. If you want the more advanced features, you have to pay for them. Sorry to hear that, Emmanuel. Yes, prayers to you. Crohn's disease sucks. Hopefully everything works out, and then you can, focus on getting some money and then worry about charting and trading and whatever else. I mean, really, like, you don't need TradingView yet. You could be focusing on just education and learning until you have a stable income and can afford to trade on your own account, with your own money or whatever. Is it a conflict of interest to be being a trader and a market maker? Why would it be a conflict of interest? I'm a little bit confused, but because market makers are traders. I guess the only conflict of interest would be like if you had some kind of insider information and you use that to your advantage to make money. But that's what the SEC is for, is to catch people like that. So I don't see any conflict of interest. Morning, Thomas. Chow Yang, why am I using a 30-minute chart? Well, for one, let me start by saying a lot of people get caught up on time frames, which is weird to me because I trade levels. So like if I'm looking to grab calls here, 607 and 13 cents is going to be 607 and 13 cents on a 30-minute chart. It's still going to be 607 and 13 cents on a 1-hour chart. And it's still going to be 607 and 13 cents on a 1-minute chart. So when I'm charting for the next day, I go to higher time frames, and I'm trying to figure out what the story is that the chart is telling me. I always start on 30 minutes because when you're drawing your levels for session volume profile, your previous day levels are always going to be on 30-minute time frame. Because if I move to a different time frame, these levels will change. And so I need to draw my value area high on 30 minutes for the previous day, my value area low on 30 minutes for the previous day, and my previous day POC on 30 minutes. And then once I have those things, I turn off session volume profile, I turn on periodic volume profile, and I switch this to 1 week because we are at the start of a new week. And then I go to the 65-minute chart, and these are going to be my weekly levels. And then I bring forward my previous week value area high, previous week value area low. And when I say this, like, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but don't let basically, okay, these levels are literally the same, so I'm going to have to do that. So like a lot of what's it called? Hey, what's up, Kobe? Or Colby, sorry. A lot of I'm trying to think of the right word to use, and it's not coming to me, but like a lot of people that are like not or are less knowledgeable about trading will focus on things like time frame when they're teaching people how to trade. And then what ends up happening is like new traders get hung up on like some kind of weird stuff like, oh, you shouldn't trade the first 30 minutes of the market open, or, oh, you shouldn't trade on a 5-minute chart. You should trade on a 3-minute chart, or you shouldn't trade on a 30-minute chart. You should be trading on a 1-hour chart. And it's like, it really doesn't matter because your levels, if you're drawing levels on your chart like I do, the levels don't move based on what time frame you're on for candlesticks. The one thing that does change is like if we look at, you know, like if we go back to this 30-minute chart, and like we were talking about, oh, well, I moved the levels now, but let's just say it was here. We were talking about like going long, like somewhere right around here. Actually, let's get the exact level. I don't want to be making crap up. So let's get the exact level. It was our previous day POC, which is right here, right? And the only difference is if we're looking at taking calls here, right? If we look at this on a 30-minute time frame, it looks much cleaner than if we look at it on a 1-minute time frame. This looks very choppy, right? So that's the only difference is like the lower the time frame, you're going to see more up and down candles, more choppiness, whatever. And the higher time frames, you're just going to see, you know, like big green or big red for the most part. So that's really the only difference that you see on higher time frames. But it doesn't change what's happening, right? I like to trade on 5-minute chart because one of my confluences, like right here, would have been ideal. One of my confluences break above a level, have 3 5-minute candles at least close above my level, and then retest, and then I'll basically play to that high. So this, right? And so since I'm using breaking above a level and waiting for 3 5-minute candles to close above, it's easier to count 3 5-minute candles than it is to count 15 1-minute candles. So that's why I like to trade on 5 minutes. I haven't looked at SIGs yet. Just trying to answer questions. So hopefully that makes sense. Like the time frame is kind of irrelevant other than what makes sense for the type of trading that you're doing or what your confluence is or whatever. Like if you're trading like me and you're waiting for 3 5-minute candles and then a retest of a level, then 5-minute candles make sense, right? Are there SIGs to be drawn right now? There are. We can do 3 days. So let's draw our SIGs really quick. After we do our SIGs, we'll zoom out, look at the big picture, try to figure out what they're going to do tomorrow. Oh, we also need to draw TPO. But after we do that, we'll look at the big picture, zoom out, figure out what we think they're going to do tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they're going to want to go up based on everything that I've seen so far. But again, that's just pretty sure. I want to confirm what I'm seeing. All right, let's draw our TPOs really fast. And then we'll look at the story for tomorrow. Wow, that is an ugly poor low. Who can tell me where we're going if we break this? I zoomed out a little bit so you can see the levels, but oops, did not mean to do that. And we have a poor high. So new all-time highs tomorrow. Yes, I'm charting on regular trading hours. So for anything that's not a future, you chart on regular trading hours. For anything that is a future, you would chart everything on extended hours, except for TPO, you chart on regular trading hours. All right, let's zoom out. Daily candles, take a look. Actually, let's start with weekly, since we're at the beginning of a new week. Wow, what a candle. Hopefully, as I'm looking at this stuff, you guys are trying to figure out the story as well. People that have been on the channel longer, hopefully you're already trying to figure out the story for yourself. That would be exactly what I would say as well, Colby. Well done. So this week we have more volume than we did last week. But again, we're still just pushing up for the last 4 weeks now on decreasing volume. It's not a good look. Or I guess we're pushing up on the last 3 weeks. Sorry, take that back. On decreasing volume. However, this is a chart pattern 3. It's called 3 white soldiers when you have like 3 green candles in a row. So they might be trying to push this higher, which is kind of what I think, but let's take a look at the big picture. Kind of the same thing on daily volume. We have increased volume Friday more than we did Thursday, but still pretty low volume all in all. Like, this is some of the weakest volume we've had in quite a while. It's either equal to or weaker volume than we've had prior. I mean, I didn't go back like too far, but it's lower volume than we've had in the last few weeks or whatever, last month. I don't know how far back I looked. If you're lurking here, you weren't lurking enough, because we've called out like pretty much every single move on Tesla, and all of them are to the upside. We were buying here. We were buying here at 220. And at 220, our price target was 365, and we've hit that and more. And if we zoom out, most recently, when we were here, I said if we break below this box, we're going down to 338. And if we break above, we're going to 365. And that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, literally, you can, like, I don't change my charts around. Every single arrow is pointing up except for this arrow here, saying that if we broke the bottom of this box, we were going lower. But we didn't break the bottom of the box. We went above, which means we go to 365. So to answer like what you did wrong, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's very clear what it was doing from back at 220. Like, people that are here on the channel know I drew this. I don't remember exactly when I drew it, but I drew these levels a long time ago. Like, when nobody else was thinking 365 was possible. If you were looking for puts here, I wouldn't even be looking for puts here either. It needs to break back below 365 before we can even consider a bearish scenario. And even then, like, you could probably take puts from 365 to about 353. And that's it. There's a good chance that we come back to here and bounce again. Right now, there's a good chance that, you know, like, up here, we don't have any levels to trade off of. So, like, we can't be like, oh, there's a potential for a reversal at 400 or whatever. We don't know, because there's no levels, which is why I don't trade price discovery. I don't have anything to go off of. Yeah, so you're just guessing. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say that, but you don't have a level to tell you that 370 is going to be the place where we reject. Actually, if you follow my channel, this here was breaking above, retesting, and then we're probably going to make new higher highs, which is exactly what happened. We retested this 365 level. I mean, not to a T, but we retested it. And now we're making new higher highs. So again, this level needs to be broken for a bearish scenario, or they need to, you know, have some healthy pullbacks. Like right now we have, you know, these levels. But up here, you don't have anything saying get puts other than a guess, a gamble. But there's nothing up here saying to grab puts. Hopefully that makes sense. But when you're in price discovery, you don't have any other levels to go off of, which is how you should be trading, is going off of other levels. And I guess just as like a lesson to everybody, I talk about this occasionally, but you just have to know, like, when to trade, meaning like not just when to trade by looking at a chart, but mentally and everything, right? So like for me, a lot of the last, I don't know specific days, but they've been hard for me to trade because we're in all-time highs. I don't have levels to trade off of, so I just haven't been trading because I don't have anything to trade off of. You don't have to trade every single day. And, you know, whatever that might be, like you wake up in the morning, you don't feel 100%, don't trade. Like check in with yourself mentally, see where you are, see if you feel like trading, see if you feel rested, you got a good night's sleep, see if you're, you know, 100% good, and then trade. But don't, you know, don't just try to force trading every single day. Don't try to force trading at all-time highs and just make guesses like, oh, I think, you know, like, I don't know you as a person, but I would guess, like, let's just say a retail trader is like, oh, 370 is a good psych level where we should get a reversal, right? And when we came to 370, what here is telling you to grab puts, right? Like if we look back, oh, I guess it's not all-time highs. I'm wrong. My bad. But even still, like looking left, like I would be considering here for puts. Like I have an actual reason to be considering puts at 371.63. Sorry, my bad. I thought we were at all-time highs on Tesla. But, you know, like you have to look left and figure out where they've rejected in the past. And levels like that, you know, you can start looking for puts. But you're looking left. You're not just picking, you know, like, oh, 370, nice round number, nice psychological number. I mean, that does work sometimes, but and see, we're even above all of that. Like, they might reject here, actually. And then after that, you have like up here, like, so you need to look left. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. What was I doing? SPY. I think we were on daily candles. All right, so on SPY, we have a poor low. We also have a poor high, which just basically means price needs to come lower and clean up the auction at the bottom before it goes higher. Or price needs to go higher, clean up the auction at the top before it goes lower. Right? So those are the two scenarios that I'm looking at. I am actually leaning more bullish than I am bearish. Sorry, 1 second, everybody. Is she okay? Okay. Triple G, if you're asking why I would take a trade on the first SIGs here, it's more than just the first SIGs. It's the spike base first SIGs. And then generally when we clean up poor lows, we don't go very much lower before we get a bounce. So for me, bullish scenario is we come down to this range here and watch for calls there. So something like this, actually, so I would want to close here. If I'm in calls, I would want to close here. If I'm in puts, there's a very good chance they bounce here and they make all, new all-time highs. If you have a big boy account, and you want to take multiple contracts and trim at the POC, trim at the previous day value area high, trim at the previous week value area high, and then target up here, good, cool, do your thing. If you have a smaller account, I would recommend calls here, maybe close at the previous week VPOC. This is going to be a pretty strong level. You can try to leave a runner to previous day value area high. Inverse, if you're in puts up here, probably want to trim here and then ultimately target our previous day value area low. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Oh, Robinhood, actually Shorty changed the date. Sorry. So, I guess his son has like 4 soccer games today and it would have been difficult for him to get the class in. So he's going to be doing it next Sunday. The spike basis from Friday or from Thursday. And what that is you go to TPO's 30-minute time frame and you want to expand these blocks. And the spike can only happen on the M period. And it's when M makes like a new low of the day or a new high of the day. And then the spike would be from where M goes to, and then the base would be L. So, and I explained it at the beginning of the video, how to trade those, so. If you missed it, just replay it after we're done, and it'll explain how to trade those. But basically, I'll just cover it again really quickly. If you open below a spike base, it's going to be bearish, a very bearish day. If the spike is at the top and you open above it, it's going to be very bullish. If you open between and it's at the bottom, it's going to be slightly bearish. If it's in between at the top, it'll be slightly bullish. And if you open above, it's going to be a bullish day. And if you open below, it's going to be a bearish day. And so that's what happened. You know, you can look at this on Friday. We opened above the spike base and absolutely ripped. The first 30-minute candle was just straight green. Yeah, of course, there could, but more likely that they're going to want to clean up this incomplete auction at the top. So there's always a possibility that they reject on the third sig, but when you have an incomplete auction like this right above it, my bias would tend to be that they want to clean that up and then go lower. So. Oh, and actually I should say, if they don't give us this high, like if we break above this and then fall back inside, like you can absolutely grab puts here or here. Okay. And I'll just draw arrows to that so it makes sense. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Actually, let's just do this. Don't know why I'm being lazy. But we're looking for that specific scenario, breaking above and then falling back inside. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Triple G. Your ADHD hurts. What did I do? We hurt your ADHD by changing the date. What? Somebody asked for my fib settings. Which can I? Robin Hood. I don't know how else I could explain it. Okay, let's try this. Spikes can occur at the top or the bottom, right? So we'll just talk about the bottom first. If you have a spike on the bottom and you open below it, that's going to be very bearish. If you open between the spike base and the spike, that's going to be slightly bearish. If you open above it, that's going to be bullish, which is exactly what we saw on Friday. This spike was established on Thursday. We opened above it on Friday and rocketed. So opening above is bullish. If the spike is at the top, opening above would be bullish. Opening between the spike and the base would be slightly bullish. Opening below the spike base would be bearish. Okay? No. I'm trying to break it down for you. There's no other way for me to break it down. Like, I think the only way I can make it easier is, instead of talking about tops and bottoms at the same time, is just talking about the bottom spikes and then just talking about the top spikes. So hopefully that helped you. People talking in orb chatter. Bro. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions before I dip out? Oh, I do want to talk about something. It's not super important or anything, but to me, seeing somebody with like a big following calling out buying Bitcoin up here is like crazy to me. This is not where you buy Bitcoin. I kind of mentioned this in Keenan's Discord. Like, I shared levels on the way up. I don't remember exactly where I shared levels, but I was sharing levels like as we were going up, and even here I was saying you could buy. But this is craziness. Like, yeah, there's a chance it goes higher, but this is this is where you close your position. I already covered Nvidia, Melvin. I shared an option trade, a call for Nvidia for Monday. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's insane. Like, I almost threw up. I mean, I'm not trying to talk trash about anybody. Like, I'm specifically not mentioning who, and I'm sure everybody knows who I'm talking about, but I'm not trying to do it, from a perspective of talking trash. But like, for somebody that has a lot of money that they can throw at Bitcoin, like whatever, cool. But for the average person that follows, like, this is not the place to buy. Like, yeah, it's just not. It's not the place to call it out. I already looked at Zom. There's nothing that I saw that was worth sharing. So this is what I'm looking at. So over 142.73, you would trim at 143.61, then 144.58, and then 145.95. You would close your position. If we break below this bear flag, you would target like 140 and 11 cents. Okay. And yeah, so when I say this, like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but I looked at Zom. I didn't see anything. So there's no point in me going and looking at it now, because I'm still not going to see anything that I feel comfortable sharing with you guys as far as a trade. Actually, I'm willing to be wrong right now. Let's peek at it really quick. But also, I should say, like, for requests, like, you need to be a friend of the stream. Yeah, it's just, this isn't like a spot to really buy or anything. It's close, I guess. So let me see. I don't like what this visible range volume profile is doing, but I would be interested down in here as far as buying. Actually, maybe a little bit higher, like this. And I would be more interested if we come down in here. Okay. But right now, this is not like a place to grab puts or a place to grab calls. We're just kind of in space in the middle. There is a slight chance of a bounce here, but nothing crazy. It's not where I would be looking to get in. So, all right. Looks like I've covered everybody's questions. Yeah. So hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. Wish you all the best on Monday with your trading, and we'll see you Monday afternoon or evening sometime to go over some more levels. All right. Much love, everybody. Much respect. Like always, thank you to the subscribers. Even bigger thank you to the friends of the stream. And then if you're new, I would appreciate a sub. Helps us get out to more people, and that's really just the goal, is to try to help people get better. You know, I think a lot of people that are here in the chat know who I am as a person and know that this is really about helping people for me, and it's not about trying to make money off of people. If I had $500 right now to invest, I don't really like to focus on just two things, but I would definitely be buying Pfizer and Intel. And probably more heavy into Intel. Maybe I should share with you guys what Shorty's talking about. I thought about sharing this in Keenan's, but like, I don't know. You guys might not appreciate this, but I'm getting tired of a few particular people to the point where basically either I'm going to be leaving the Discord or they're going to be leaving the Discord. But I'm just like absolutely, completely sick and tired of them. I've blocked them. I've asked them not to address me. I've asked them not to speak to me. And they still continue to do so. And it's always like stupid little jabs. And so Shorty's been sharing some stuff. And the last time I shared something that Shorty shared that I thought was valuable and you guys might appreciate. Sorry, you're probably going to hear me cleaning off my mic, but that fuzz is going to bug my OCD right now. The last time I shared something that Shorty said, their reply was like, imagine a grown man sharing something else a man is saying. And it's like, dude, whatever. You're weird. And thank you for that. I appreciate that. And so, I don't know. I was just like, whatever. Like, I want you guys to have the information, but I don't particularly want them to have the information, if that makes sense. And I have a feeling that they watch these videos because, like, every single time I do a video, there's only like one person that dislikes the videos. You're kind of giving yourself away. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's not to like about my videos, as I'm just trying to like help people and share levels that I see. And like, if you don't like it, then don't watch it. I don't know. You're weird. But so I guess what it is, yeah, I don't know. It's too much. Like, I don't know. I kind of decided, like, I've been very lax about, I guess this is what I should say is, when somebody's like attacking me and I'm a moderator, I don't want to be the one that like, you know, times them out or bans them or whatever, just because I could be in my feelings in that moment and I don't want it to be something personal. Right. So I just kind of let it go. Let it roll off my back. I'm a pretty chill, easygoing person until you like mess with my family, and then I'll murder you. But as long as you're taking jabs at me or whatever, I'll just be like, whatever, dude, like, you're weird. And I tend not to let it bother me to a point. And then once it bothers me, there's kind of like no stopping me. I'll go for your throat. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. And so, again, I just don't want to be the person like timing somebody out or whatever. But I've decided, like, I'm not gonna. Yeah, Triple G for people that are on iPhones, it's weird. I don't know how to do it because I don't have an iPhone. So sorry about that. Whoa, Carlos became a friend twice. Thank you. Um, but so anyway, the the short answer to what I'm trying to say is I've decided that um, like one of the things in Keenan's Discord is like one of the rules is basically just to respect each other and not, be a hateful person and whatever else. And I've decided that moving forward, every single jab is going to be a timeout. And I don't fucking care. Like, you can say it's personal, you can say whatever you want. But the thing is like, if it was between two members and I kept seeing it, I would tell the person doing it to chill out. And if they didn't, then I would just time them out. And then if it happened again, I would time them out for longer. And if it happened again, I would time them out for longer. And I would eventually ban them. And that's what's going to end up happening is I'm just going to start timing the person out. And if they don't get the message, then I'll ban them. And if Keenan wants to overturn it, he can overturn it. And if he overturns it, then I'll deuce out. And basically that's where we're heading. And like, if I time this person out once and they get the message and they stop, then we're good. We can both be in the Discord together and whatever. But I'm done with dealing with little childish BS, basically, is what I'm saying. So anyway, with all of that said, what Shorty's been saying, without sharing too much information, is that we'll just say like a little birdie told him that actually, I don't even know if I want to say this. I will say this, and I know that Colby can speak to this because I've been saying buy Intel and I've been saying buy Pfizer. So like, I don't want you guys to miss it. But we'll just say that we're expecting some really big news on Intel. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. Like, Shorty has said that he has enough shares of Intel right now that if it hits his price target, which is $70, then he'll be able to retire and have a very, very nice, comfortable life. So, yeah, I don't want to get into specifics about what he heard, but basically, and something like that, like you never know when it's going to happen. If it's in the works, it could take a while. But once the news hits, you're not going to be able to buy to catch the move. So one of those things that you want to be in now. But even just from a technical standpoint, if you look at Intel, like well, I guess I need to zoom out more. Like, this is a very good level here to be a buyer. Hopefully you guys can see that. Like, this is a good place to be buying. So even just from a technical standpoint, it's in a good place to buy. So even if news doesn't happen, we're still in a very good place to be adding shares to our position. Okay. D Hunt, my next live. I go live generally like either Saturday or Sunday, and then I go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't have a specific time. I go live when I have a free minute. I actually have a very, very busy life, very busy schedule. And so I try to figure out when I have like a free hour to go live and share levels with you guys. And I try to do it 5 days a week. Like Saturday or Sunday is going to be for Monday. And I have some flexibility there where I can go live Saturday or Sunday because we're not open over the weekend. Hey, Triple G, thank you. You figured it out. Now you get to teach everybody on iPhone when they ask. And then, I go live basically Monday through Thursday. Thursday would be for Friday. And then, that's my schedule, but I don't have a set time or anything. J Films, I do not trade Forex. Not really a big fan. I mean, there's nothing particularly wrong with it, but I trade futures. Forex is hang on one second. This lighting is bugging me. I think that's even worse. Forex is a decentralized market, meaning that you can go to one broker and it'll be one price, and you can go to another broker and it'll be a completely different price. And to me, that's just weird. Not something I'm really interested in trading. But what we teach as far as how to trade is applicable to everything. So futures, crypto, regular, indices, stocks, whatever, SPY, and also Forex. So you can use it for anything. Okay. Yeah. So anything that's on like a decentralized market, I'm not really interested in trading, but I totally could trade it. It's just, I would find levels the same way I find levels on, futures or anything else, and then, trade off of those levels. But, I would prefer to be trading off of a centralized market where price is the same across the board on every broker. So, and I think that's why, like, I know back in like the 90s and 80s, you would hear a lot of people saying that like Forex was a scam. And maybe it's because the prices were different across different brokers. But yeah. Price action. My strategy is all based on volume, really. I guess I don't talk about this too much, but basically, and actually I have levels I need to erase that I made up. I trade off of 5-minute charts, and there are some levels where I will just slap buy or sell, but generally I'm looking for some kind of confirmation, and the confirmation that I generally really want to see would be like what was given right here, which is, you can't see it right now, but let me, if we turn on session volume profile on 30 minutes, this level here is it should be red. It was the previous day POC. And from here, if I go back to the 5-minute chart, so this level would have been found on Thursday, and you would have traded it on Friday. And what it is actually there's a few setups here. I'll show you both of them and just kind of explain my thought process. But when I see price go through a level really quickly and then come back inside, like this here, so just a really quick wick and then go. As soon as we cross back above my level, I'll just grab calls. This is going to be like riskier, but that's one of the reversal trading that I do. And then if you're looking for like the better, higher confluence trade, it's going to be like here where we broke above, or we broke below the previous day value area low, or the previous day POC, I'm sorry. And then we bounced, and we had at least 3 5-minute candles close above this level. And then we came back and retested it. And on this retest is where I would grab calls. So basically what's happening is here, all of the participants in the market, when we have 3 5-minute candles close above a level like this, it's saying everybody, the buyers and sellers, are comfortable up here above that level. And then basically when we retest, what I'll do is I'll just target that equal high for my trade. Or if I have like a level above, I might target that. But generally, I'm just going to target the equal high and get quick in and out. And this isn't, I wouldn't trade this way on like SPY, but on ES, you know, like this same move, I could probably find the exact same setup. I think it's right here. It's just at a different level. Everybody can agree this is the same, right? If we go back, if I start erasing some of these. So you can see the candles literally look the same right here. This is my retest. And, you know, if I'm targeting the high from here to here, it's like 5 points roughly. Right. And I'll take 5 points on ES any day. So, but personally, I trade NQ. So, much bigger moves, much faster. What's up, Chef? How you doing, brother? Yeah, no, so I'm not a momentum trader. I'm a reversal trader, and I trade off of volume, order flow, footprints, and then, of course, volume profile and regular volume, market profile. Yeah. Kind of, it's a lot to explain, like all in one word, but I'm looking for confluence. Like if I have more than 4 confluences happening at the same time, like pretty positive that I'm going to have a green trade. And so I'm looking at volume, you know, volume at price, volume at time, order flow, footprint charts, my volume profile levels. I'm trying to think what else. I trade with VWAP on my chart, but it's mostly just to close positions, not really to open positions. Just because a lot of retail traders will, you know, sell there. So it tends to be like an area where price will bounce or reject. So sometimes I'll use VWAP to close and open positions. And then I also use like initial balance, the initial balance high and low, first hour of the market open. Hopefully that covered everything I use. Lee, so again, I don't have a Discord. Shorty's Discord is really mostly focused on futures, but again, everything that we teach can be applied to futures, crypto, options. I don't know if I said futures, Forex, anything really, or just regular stocks. You could apply it to stock trading as well. That's awesome. I'm okay. So DM me and we'll figure out doing a little class with you. I think there's like 3 or 4 people right now that have DM'd me, and I know I haven't answered any of you. I'm sorry. I might be able to get to you guys this week. It might be hard though. I might not be able to get to you guys until next week, but we'll get it done. Triple G, I use Quantower. I'll show you guys. I feel like I talk about Quantower enough. You guys should know that. But NinjaTrader, if I didn't have Quantower, then I would use NinjaTrader. I've actually purchased whatever it is, like a lifetime license to NinjaTrader, and the footprint and volume profile indicators. But I've never traded with NinjaTrader a day in my life, so I just use what's it called? I just use Quantower. I'm trying to... Let me go back to when the market was open so you guys can actually see something. Oh, I'm on ES. Let me see. It's still loading. Are you still in here, Colby? Why is this taking half a year? Okay. So these are footprints on ES. And this is your bid. This is your ask. I don't really want to do a class on footprints. I do have videos. If you click on videos, okay, I'm okay. Yeah, like I said, I know a few people have DM'd me and I haven't replied to them. But I will get back to you guys as soon as I figure out like a date where I'm available. Yeah, so this is footprints on ES. I mean on NQ. This is massive. You never see these kind of like, I mean, you do occasionally, but like thousands of orders on NQ is pretty rare. You normally see about like something like this, like 700, 400, 500. This is insane. This was massive. A huge fight between buyers and sellers. And then, oh, so if you're still here, I don't know if you use footprints, but if you ever go to like a 30-minute chart, I look at this every day. The thing is you don't see it very often, but during regular trading hours, I'm going to stop trying to zoom in because it doesn't matter, but this is NQ right now. If you have these yellow bars are the POC for each 30-minute candle. If you have two of these yellow bars that line up together, no, I don't option trade futures. I trade futures. You can't trade options on futures. If you have two of these POCs that line up, and then a full candle where the entire body opens and closes above or below that level. Like, let's just pretend these two are at the same level, right? And then we have like a full candle that opens and closes above this level. When we come back and retest that POC that's at the same level, you're going to get a 100-point move to the upside on NQ. Inverse for puts or for short, like if we have those two POCs lined up at the same level, and then we get a full candle that opens and closes below it, and you come back and retest it, you're going to get a 100-point move to the downside. And basically the thought process is, if you have a big enough buyer or seller that they're buying for like for basically an hour solid, like that's a market maker. And they keep buying at that same price, which is making that POC on those two candles be at the same level. And then we know they're a buyer because the candle, opens and closes above that level. Then we know that market maker was buying. And the next time price comes there, they're going to be buying again. And they're going to send it. Yeah, you would see volume, but that's really just your key. And then you can also just look at it on ES. But these, okay, you have it here. This was before the market opened though. But as long as there's enough volume, which there is, they didn't really do it though. I mean, I guess they came to here. I don't know how big of a move you would expect on ES, but this wasn't very good. But that's what you look for. But I prefer it when it happens during regular trading hours and not pre-market or post-market. Yeah, Just, what's up, Asai? Something, a little tidbit that I don't share very often. Not that I'm not ever trying to gatekeep anything. It's just, a matter of thinking about things when I'm live or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, if you catch one of those, it can be pretty amazing. Oh, excuse me. We also need to think about switching from the December to March contracts pretty soon here. I would guess probably next Monday, but maybe even Wednesday of this week. All right. All right, I think I've answered everybody. Let me just double check before I go. Yeah, I've answered everybody. Alrighty. Again, thank you everybody that subscribes. Thank you to the new friends of the stream, and also big thank you to the old friends of the stream. And again, if you're new here, day to day we just kind of cover levels, but we do have classes like every weekend. Or not every weekend, I apologize. We have classes mostly on Sundays, but probably like once or twice a month we'll do classes. Thank you, Stock Sauce. Love you too, bro. Thank you, Asai. This, Renata, is TradingView. What I was just showing a second ago was Quantower. All right. All right, Rudy, you have a good day too. All right, everybody. Much love, much respect. Peace out.